Roughly speaking around.
He's going to miss a decent chunk of time.
He's going to miss a lot of time.
Now, where are the suitors here?
I think he's just going to be a player that gets signed for not a lot of money. I mean, it's tough to see somebody come back from this surgery. I'm told it's a tough thing to come back.
But you have familiarity with DeBrincat.
Familiarity, but what are you going to do? Are you going to play him on the first line and give him first line minutes?
I'm asking you.
Well, no, that's my questions with this is I don't know that I trust Patrick Kane at this stage of his career after that injury to play first line minutes. I get the thought process of, well, DeBrincat was great when he played with Patrick Kane. Let's do that again. And yeah, that was cool, 5 years ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
This is a hip surgery, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, that would make me a little nervous.
All right, I'm not interested. Unless it was for a very team-friendly deal and you didn't give him all of the playing time and give him power play 1 minutes. But at that point, why are you signing him?
That's what
you know what? Maybe I'm out. I've talked myself out of Patrick Kane.
I hope your commercial has more conviction than this. I like this product, but I don't know if you use it all the time. If I use it too much, maybe not. What are we doing here?
I didn't talk myself through it. I figured it out.
I talked my way through. I'm getting caught. Let me tell you about, maybe sort of, kind of.
Here's what you might want to buy. Well, actually, I don't know about that.
Perhaps you'd consider buying this. 248-539-9797. We'll get your calls. Next, 97.1.
Well, if you want to be a big star like our own Kenny Cott, you got to get started in radio. You can either do radio, TV, graphics design artist. Specs at LTU can help you achieve your goal. Very simple. Located right here in the heart of Southfield on the campus of Lawrence Tech. Specs at LTU has a broadcast media arts, digital media arts, and graphics communications program through Specs at LTU that can help you as you become a radio, TV, or graphics design artist. We can get you started on your career. It's very simple. You got to be curious. Visit the website, ltu.edu/specs to learn more. And while you're there, make magic by enrolling in the Specs at LTU certificate program today. As I stated, right here in Southfield, you're going to be taught by instructors who actually work in the business like yours truly. So if you're interested in the broadcast media arts, digital media arts, or graphics communications program through Specs at LTU, remember, be curious. Visit the website, ltu.edu/specs to learn more, and then make magic by enrolling in a Specs at LTU certificate program today.
We did not know that the candle was lit in studio today. In fact, it's a scented candle. I didn't smell it. And then all of a sudden we saw smoke. And I saw smoke. Gator saw smoke. Kang even saw the smoke. And apparently the candle burned out.
So look at the inside of the candle. Because it's closer to grab. I'm guessing that what happened was that because it's getting near the end of the candle that it just drowned in its own wax. Yeah. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already down to the bottom there.
But we didn't know the candle was even on, and then all of a sudden there's smoke.
I think you just said the Lions can't lose, and I was like, what? All right, I'm not betting that game.
10 texts.
Yeah.
Fire and brimstone. Well, we'll get the fire.
Hi there. Listen, your furnace goes out. You need reliable service. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, they have got you covered 24/7. Locally owned for 40 years. They back their work with a 5-year warranty. Mastercraft, your one-stop shop for heating, AC, plumbing, electrical, you name it. They got generators in stock as well. And if they can't get to you same day, they take $100 off the next day service call. Visit mastercraftheating.com. David on the ticket text, then straight to the calls. Then we get a blitz. What do you got? Where are the people at?
Someone says you should play the Brock Purdy game with Goff and see if he can play with other.
I guarantee you there are less than half of the quarterbacks that could replace Brock Purdy, that could replace Goff here. Goff's a top 10 quarterback in this league. Brock Purdy is not.
What does Brock Purdy have to do for you, Mike?
Go away.
Okay,
David.
At what point will you just say, you know what, maybe he's a pretty good quarterback?
No.
So no, he wins the Super Bowl. It
When
doesn't count.
when we on this show, not you, have said 21 quarterbacks could fill in for him because of the level of talent and insulation around him, it's over.
But that's not answering my question. My question is, what does he have to do, or is it just simply nothing? He could win five. He could win 5 Super Bowls in a row, and you still won't give him credit.
I would just view him as Trent Dilfer.
Okay.
Okay? He's being carried by the team he's on. I don't want to hear about it. And I know what the media is doing, and I know the narrative. Oh, look at Purdy threw it down the field. These plays are schemed up so beautifully.
I simply just said, what does he have to do?
You know what, David?
What does he have to do?
David, read something.
David, hold
David, read
on.
something.
Hold on.
What does he have to do? Not play on the most talented team I've seen in the league in the last 5 years.
It's not his fault he got drafted there.
And I don't have to like him.
So I'm saying, so basically you're saying there's nothing he can do.
Pretty much.
Okay. So
unless there's a game where he comes out and has to throw it 38 times, and then I'll have to value it. It's kind of like J.J. McCarthy. Hate to break it to you.
Okay.
It's the same damn thing. You play with an amazing team, a power running game. It's schemed up for you beautifully. Oh, and by the way, if that wasn't enough, here's a big maraschino cherry on your Sunday. Your defense gives you short fields left, right, and center. Must be nice.
Defense is okay.
Shut up.
They're going to get challenged this weekend.
I can't stand it. Yeah, playing P.J. Walker.
Hey, he beat the Lions.
David, read something.
Give Goff 3 years at 135. He gets paid, and it looks less intimidating. Kelly from Algonac.
I wonder what Goff's agent strategy will be. Is it a fully guaranteed 3-year? Is it just this big 5 or 6 year commitment? Because remember, he's 28. He could get 2 more contracts where the next one he signs at age 31 rather, would be the 5-year, look at me, I've done it all. I don't know. I don't have the answer. It's a strategic play where
it is, but I still say it's the final number. It's not the amount of years. But if you come in and just say, okay, he's gotten a 5-year, $200 million deal, this city will lose it. It's $40 million a year, same as Daniel Jones.
I'd love it.
$200 million.
Oh, please.
I mean, I remember when Stafford signed his deal and people lost it.
Man, these people are so simple. Jeez.
David, they're going to see the number and lose it. You're right. They are very simple.
Instead of just looking at the facts and what he's done
He's
and
winning.
what it is.
Yeah, and you know what? Pay him now before you got to pay everybody else. So then, therefore, it's smart. It's what works. But hey,
Joe in Westland says, I'm really confused by people saying we need an it factor QB. Well, we beat Mahomes with Goff. We beat Aaron Rodgers with Goff. So pay Goff.
It's really not a difficult equation. Let's go to Brian, 97.1. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Good afternoon.
What's up, B? How you doing?
I'm glad to talk to you guys, but I don't want to talk to you right now. I want Ray.
hello?
Uh-oh. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Brian?
Hello? I'm going to put him on hold. I don't know what's going on with his phone. Happy to take the call. I have no idea what's happening there. We'll get back to Brian. Something with his phone. Let's go to Brian number 2. We'll try this out. Brian, what's going on, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's going on, pal?
I've been driving home listening to this golf talk. all afternoon. I couldn't help but to think it's my classic Steph Curry case. What Steph Curry did to the entire sport of basketball, of opening the door for everybody to shoot three-pointers, because that's how you win games. I once watched in the Blake Griffin era a rebound go out to Andre Drummond and jack one up off the backboard. And it's the same thing with Mahomes, Josh Allen. It's that it factor. But the problem in football is there's only 2-3 guys that are capable of doing that. And from a Lions fan perspective, I love what Goff's doing. I think we need to pay him because it's winning football. What Holmes and Campbell have done around him.
And
he's gone. I just listen.
Not having good times with Brian.
No. But he made the point. Like, what is more important than winning in this league? The idea is the Lions, after Stafford, had a real shot to go a decade without finding a quarterback. That's commonplace in this league. Very rare to do what the Colts did, going from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. It's very rare to do what the Packers have done. Yeah. Even the look, plenty of franchises go decades. The Browns have gone decades. You traded Matthew Stafford, and as a part of the deal, a player that the other team thought was garbage turns into your franchise QB. Now, look, he's not a top 5 quarterback in this sport, but he is top 10. My question to you would be, in your pursuit of getting one of those top 5 guys, are you willing to lose it all? I don't understand the mindset of some of you. Look, when Goff got here, I thought he was going to be a throwaway too. But I go on the data, and I go on the way you play.
But, Mike, you're smart. You can let it go. Other people just have to be right. And, no, he's right. He's never going to be this. He's never going to be that. But they failed to tell you, well, look at what he is doing.
That's right.
And, guys, yeah, he's winning. I don't care if it's the system. He's winning games for you. Guess what? You'll probably keep winning games next year and the year after that. So long as he's healthy, you're good. You're going to be a consistent top 10 team, I believe.
Let's go to Drew, 97.1. What's up, Drew?
What's up, fellas?
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Congratulations, Kenny. To all success, you deserve it. I don't know why, but you deserve it.
That's right. He's a burgeoning star.
Okay, I got a statement about Goff, and then I got a couple questions for you guys to help me out with.
Sure.
He has played his way into a contract. There's no doubt about it. My question to you guys is, how much do you think of the success he's had is the scheme and is Ben Johnson's play calling? Because my thing is there any world that we could have this? We could run this thing back with Johnson sticking around. I know he's probably going to get all kinds of offers to leave, but is there any way we could pay him and maybe give Campbell a raise and then give him a nice raise to keep him around? No. Maybe get another run in case we get to the NFC Championship game and come up a little short.
The only way it happens, see, you just got into something now. If you make a playoff run that is deep enough that other teams are not willing to wait to hire a candidate, a.k.a. what's happened to Bieniemy in the past in Kansas City, maybe. But the only other scenario, Drew, and I'm not speaking for Ben Johnson on this, I'm saying the only way he does not become a head coach in this league next year is if he simply does not want to do it yet. Yeah. Or has some deep hatred of who offered him a job.
Yep.
I will not move to Los Angeles.
He's looking for a specific team or a team with a bunch of draft capital that he could say, like the Bears. Okay, I can start all over because I can either fix this quarterback or I got a ton of first-round picks.
Man, don't have him in the division.
Wouldn't it make you guys sick, though, if he was to take the Chicago job?
Yeah.
If that opens up?
Yeah, listen.
God, I would just break my heart, dude.
Yeah, it would suck. I don't want to see him in this division.
I
but
use
no.
the Bears, but it's just
I know, because you're hurtful. I get it.
Yes.
But Drew,
you hurt me every day.
Drew, that's the point. It's just enjoy it while you got it. Remember, less than a year ago, I was freaking out that he was going on interviews, and Rico made fun of me. I just wanted one more shot. I wanted one more chance with this guy, and you're seeing why. So enjoy it while you have him.
One last scenario. You think if you did a poll for all the people in this state, would you rather lose Harbaugh or lose Johnson? What do you think they would say?
Well, half the state doesn't like Michigan, so that doesn't really fit.
That's actually a good question.
Listen, here's the thing.
You know what? Write that down.
Okay, you know what? No.
You going to sell them something?
Yes, we're going to
Here, let me do a read.
Okay. Why don't we do it? It'll be like a round. We'll both talk at the same time. It'll all be harmonic.
Hi, I'm Kenny Cott.
Hi, Moran Buick GMC. Your schedule packed this fall. Kids, sporting events, nonsense. The Acadia from Moran is the answer. Seating up to 7. Lease a 23 GMC Acadia for 24 months, $266 a month. Or projects around the house, hunting trips, whatever it may be. 2023 GMC Sierra 1500. New stock arriving daily. Easy online ordering, moranexpress.com. And as always, certified service. Get yourself the free loaner vehicle. It's all there. It's Moran Buick GMC, where you always get the best price, period. It's on Telegraph, just north of Eureka and Taylor, or go to moranexpress.com. It's Moran Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
The Michigan State game being a night game. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks occasionally and more so as we get closer to remind all the adults in the room to act as such. Let's get this back to what it was, which is a good, fun celebration in our state. It's gotten kind of nasty, and not look backwards. Let's just look forward, and everybody behave themselves. This can be a great thing, and it should be a great thing. And so I'm not crazy about the night game for personal reasons, but I wish all games were at noon.
Right.
But okay, so it's going to be a night game, which means people are going to have all day to fuel up. First time ever, there'll be alcohol in the stands. So it feels like has potential to be combustible, but let's all collectively agree. Nobody wants it to be a bad thing, to be hostile. So,
Well, let's not plant the seed.
well, let's encourage people to be adults.
There you go.
We've offered you the next best thing. It is Kenny Cott's Around the Rink. As we get started, let's learn together. Let's be entertained together. Mr. Kenneth Cott, music, please.
All
my
right.
God. I'm Ron Barr from EA Sports.
I love it.
All right.
First and foremost, if you pay attention to one singular man this year, it's Connor Bedard. Scored his first goal last night. It sucks that he's in Chicago. Feels kind of rigged that he's in Chicago, but if you pay attention to one man on this planet for hockey purposes, do it for Connor Bedard, 98 Chicago Blackhawks.
Wait a minute. He's in Chicago. Rebson's in Chicago. Diminutive duo.
Yes, he is not he's not the largest man.
David,
on the ice.
Bedard is tiny.
I was about to say, not great in stature.
But if he can score, 40, 50 goals, it doesn't matter how tall the kid is.
He looks like Theo Fleury with better teeth.
I mean, a lot of people have better teeth.
Fair.
Theo Fleury.
Fair.
So in my mind, Boston.
High level
we got
production.
effects? All right.
Dude, you know the hockey budget is low.
I mean, they're not great, but they are effects. I'd rather have effects than no effects.
Better than my original prop bet casino.
Rico's. You didn't even have a Rico's prop bet casino, did you?
No, Roberto
Gambling.
just hit a button and it's like, black guy in numbers.
Gambling. Go.
So let's talk about the Boston Bruins, guys. I have them as my most likely to fall off team. They lost Patrice Bergeron, David Krejci, Tyler Bertuzzi, a handful of other key pieces for them. The captain in hockey, the most important guy in that locker room. And losing Bergeron, he's your heart and soul of that team. They're going to fall off. I don't know by how much. They probably still make the playoffs. I'm not saying they won't do that. But that makes an Atlantic team very gettable in this impossible division that we play.
Well, the other thing, Kenny, it just feels like their run is endless. Yeah. They've been so good seemingly for so long. It would make sense if all of a sudden they take a solid 10 to 12 point step backward. Yeah. Well, hell, more than that after last year's historical campaign.
Well, that's what we said last year was, they lost some pieces. They're going to fall off. Best season in NHL history.
I know.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. I'm tired of them.
Yeah, unless they go pick up somebody at the trade deadline. I agree with you, Kenny. They take a step back, but it's still good enough for Boston.
And that takes us to the lower half of the Atlantic. We keep hearing how stacked.
Wow. All right.
We hear how stacked the top is, but with teams like Boston and maybe even a team like Tampa losing Vasilevsky, falling off, it sets up for somebody to fill the void. Look for an Ottawa, look for a Buffalo,
Pick
for
one.
a Red Wing.
Pick one.
Red Wings.
Okay.
That's who fills the void. That's who at least sneaks in. Ottawa also has a shot, too. I mean, they've been playoff bound for the last couple of years, if you ask me, but they haven't been there yet. Next thing. Not Red Wings related, but next thing. Will the Toronto Maple Leafs finally win a second-round playoff series?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
They won one game in the second round last year. Big step up from winning the first round.
So can they get to 2 games? It's so sad because I just wanted them to win just because I felt bad for them because I don't know what the problem is. But.
It's like if you took the Lions and made them moderately more successful because they always lose in the first round. They can't get out of their own way. First round, they just get bounced. Last year was the first time since I think like 2002.
I just always wonder, like Maple Leafs fan, you can't get out of the second round and then you look and see Vegas and like, wow, you won the cup. Wow. Okay. And you've had a team for all of 5 minutes. Yeah. Life's not right.
Well, excellent. Let's talk about the reigning champs, the Vegas Golden Knights. They might have the best chance to make it back to the final.
Again?
With the exception of like 2 or 3 dudes, they're icing pretty much the exact same team they put out there. Same core, same skill players. All of it's basically exactly the same. So what result should we expect? Pretty much exactly the same result.
Let me ask you a question. How I know the rules were catered to making them competitive from the start with the expansion draft and how McPhee handled it with teams selling good players. But Kenny, how have they continued the success? What's the secret to this?
They've been shipping guys out left and right before this past offseason. They don't care. There's no loyalty with them. They'll just bounce you if they don't like you, no matter what. It's a very hard life if you're a player because you don't know if you're staying or going.
That makes sense. They're not really invested in anybody.
Yeah, no, they're not. There's
Vegas
no
is a
identity.
transient town, so yeah.
It's the opposite of that Detroit loyalty that you see with all these nonsense players like Brandon Inge sticking around for too long. It's not not even close to that.
Or anyone the last 5 years of Ken Holland.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
That's
Yes.
absolutely the Franz Nielsen. You got to keep him. Let's. I did not know he had that. That's fantastic. And speaking of, let's talk about Mike Babcock. He had an interesting offseason.
Indeed.
He got hired by the Columbus Blue Jackets, proceeded then to insult the captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets by saying, hey, give me your phone. I want to scroll through your pictures in front of the entire team. Because that's normally how you would treat the captain of your organization. And then was shortly after that fired. So that grand opening, grand closing for Mike Babcock.
I like how Babcock supposedly turned a new leaf. Cutscene. Same D-bag.
Yeah. How does this guy keep getting jobs? What's the other sports equivalent for a guy who just shouldn't have a job but keeps getting jobs somehow?
Any
Lane
NBA
Kiffin.
coach.
I was about to say Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, falling upwards in life. Yeah.
I'll end things here on teams.
What was that?
I can't handle these effects, man.
Another.
To end things, I'm going to do Eastern Conference. Go ahead. And Western Conference Teams that you should be paying attention to, playoff contenders, legit teams. Out in the West, outside of Vegas, the Oilers, obviously, with McJesus, always a threat. Colorado always in there, and sleeper, Seattle Kraken. They had themselves a nice year last year. They could do it again.
Where are the Islanders?
On to the Eastern Conference. Carolina, obviously, well-coached, hard-nosed team.
They're like watching paint dry.
Very, very boring. And then the opposite, young squad in New Jersey. More enticing sleeper would be the Rangers. They consistently feel like they're laying in the weeds.
Once again, I don't hear the word Islanders.
And you won't hear the word Islanders. And lastly, the Detroit Red Wings will make the playoffs this year. That is your hockey blitz.
We've offered you the next best thing. It is Kenny Cott's Around the Rink. As we get started, let's learn together. Let's be entertained together. Mr. Kenneth Cott, music, please.
All right.
God. I'm Ron Barr from EA Sports.
I love it.
All right.
First and foremost, if you pay attention to one singular man this year, it's Connor Bedard. Scored his first goal last night. It sucks that he's in Chicago. Feels kind of rigged that he's in Chicago, but if you pay attention to one man on this planet for hockey purposes, do it for Connor Bedard, 98 Chicago Blacks.
Wait a minute. He's in Chicago. Rebson's in Chicago. Diminutive duo.
Yes, he is not he's not the largest man.
David, Bedard is tiny.
I was about to say, not great in stature.
But if he can score, 40, 50 goals, it doesn't matter how tall the kid is.
He looks like Theo Fleury with better teeth.
I mean, a lot of people have better teeth.
Fair.
Theo Fleury.
Fair.
So in my mind, Boston.
High level
we got
production.
effects? All right.
Dude, you know the hockey budget is low.
I mean, they're not great, but they are effects. I'd rather have effects than no effects.
Better than my original prop bet casino.
Rico's. You didn't even have a Rico's prop bet casino, did you?
No. Roberto
Gambling.
just hit a button and it's like, black guy in numbers.
Gambling. Go.
So let's talk about the Boston Bruins, guys. I have them as my most likely to fall off team. They lost Patrice Bergeron, David Krejci, Tyler Bertuzzi, a handful of other key pieces for them. The captain in hockey, the most important guy in that locker room. And losing Bergeron, he's your heart and soul of that team. They're going to fall off. I don't know by how much. They probably still make the playoffs. I'm not saying they won't do that. But that makes an Atlantic team very gettable in this impossible division that we play.
Well, the other thing, Kenny, it just feels like their run is endless. Yeah. They've been so good seemingly for so long. It would make sense if all of a sudden they take a solid 10 to 12 point step backward. Yeah. Well, hell, more than that after last year's historical campaign.
Well, that's what we said last year was, they lost some pieces. They're going to fall off. Best season in NHL history.
I know.
What are we doing here?
I don't know. I'm tired of them.
Yeah, unless they go pick up somebody at the trade deadline. I agree with you, Kenny. They take a step back, but it's still
tonight.
Good enough for Boston.
Tonight.
And that takes us to the lower half of the Atlantic. We keep hearing how stacked.
All right.
We hear how stacked the top is, but with teams like Boston and maybe even a team like Tampa losing Vasilevsky falling off,
bring some Old Nation.
It sets up for somebody to fill the void. Look for an Ottawa. Look for a Buffalo. Look for a Red Wing.
Pick one.
Red Wings.
Okay.
That's who fills the void. That's who at least sneaks.
They just won Untapped's best regional breweries top 15 list. No other Michigan brewery came close. And whether it's celebratory or maybe it's a sad beer, Old Nation has you covered. Grab some beer, Old Nation Brewing Company, wherever you buy beer. Check them out, oldnationbrewing.com. That's oldnationbrewing.com. 21 and up. And as always, Old Nation reminds you to please drink responsibly.
The Michigan State game being a night game. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks occasionally and more so as we get closer to remind all the adults in the room to act as such. Let's let's get this back to what it was, which was a good, fun celebration in our state. It's gotten kind of nasty, and not look backwards. Let's just look forward, and everybody behave themselves. This can be a great thing, and it should be a great thing. And so I'm not crazy about the night game for personal reasons, but I wish all games were at noon.
Right.
But okay, so it's going to be a night game, which means people are going to have all day to fuel up. First time ever, there'll be alcohol in the stands. So it feels like has potential to be combustible, but let's all collectively agree. Nobody wants it to be a bad thing, to be hostile. So,
Well, let's not plant the seed.
well, let's encourage people to be adults.
There you go.
We did not know that the candle was lit in
Had no
studio
idea.
today. In fact, it's a scented candle. I didn't smell it, and then all of a sudden we saw smoke. And I saw smoke. Gator saw smoke. Kane even saw the smoke. And apparently the candle burned out.
So look at the inside of the candle. Because it's closer to grab. I'm guessing that what happened was that because it's getting near the end of the candle, that it just drowned in its own wax.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already down to the bottom there.
But we didn't know the candle was even on, and then all of a sudden there's smoke.
I think you just said the Lions can't lose, and I was like, what? All right, I'm not betting that game.
10 texts.
Yeah.
Fire and brimstone. Well, we'll get the fire.
Kenny has been rehearsing his lines. This is great. These pretzels
Welcome to
are making me
Clownburger.
thirsty.
Welcome to Clownburger. How can I help you?
That's not. Kenny, how long do you think your taping's going to take tonight? We're excited.
I was told it would be like 15 minutes. It wouldn't be any.
Do you have your own tent or camper or
I don't know.
RV?
I don't even know if I have lines yet.
Do they have to call you Mr. Cott?
No.
Is there a green room?
Yeah, there better be. There damn well better be.
Now, here's my one question. What type of company is okay with you wearing a Mo Sider T-shirt jersey in their commercial?
One that kind of gets it.
Do you have to go to makeup?
I don't know. We'll see. I think so.
I want more details on this.
No.
Will there be some intern walking around with a headset and a clipboard following you around?
I would assume that's. I mean, you're the big TV guy. You would know how that kind of. What am I expecting here? What am I?
I'm telling you everything that you're expecting. That's why I'm like, do you have your own like camper or something that's just yours?
They asked me what I wanted on my rider. I told them a lot of stuff, and it all better be there.
Do you even know what a rider is?
Yeah, it's what the actors and people get when they like go places. They're like, all right, I want the blue M&Ms only and Mountain Dew, and I'm like, yeah, all right.
It's a clause at the end of the contract, but I'll accept it.
Hey, I was close enough, damn it.
David, some ticket text, and then we'll talk to Numbnuts and McGee momentarily.
They would actually do their jobs.
What, they're not here yet?
Oh, they're there. I hear them. They're just not talking to me.
Headset.
We need a minimum of 93 points. Matt on a mower says that, 93 points. Right now, I trust the Iser plan, but we'll see about that after the season gets underway and we see how they play together.
That's it.
Billy
Everything we've waited for, all the time, all the patience, some of the arguments. It's year 5.
I really hope that they do make the playoffs because
it would be fun.
The topic would just tear this city apart if they didn't. Yeah. It would rank, yeah. It would almost be JMO-esque, where either you're this side or you're the Mike, you would go back to 2020 with vaccine talk.
Oh, God help me.
That's what it would be.
Oh.
If they did not make the playoffs.
We go back to 2020 where sports disappeared. Awesome. So much fun.
No, I'm just saying the division between the Steve Bots and oh, my God.
I think division is always here. It doesn't matter what the topic is. This country, we hate each other.
There's certain just buttons that just take people from 0 to 100.
Why don't we just all hate Canada together? Like, that's fun.
I like Canada.
Of course we should hate Canada together. What have they done for us?
Them and their stupid money.
Colorful.
Toonies and loonies.
I love Canada.
Their ketchup is superior. That's for sure.
Ketchup is nasty.
Chips
period,
too,
so.
man.
Well, no, their Canadian ketchup's actually better than American ketchup.
No, I don't do ketchup.
Well, you don't eat that and you don't eat pork. I mean, who are you? Disgusting.
I didn't know that it was a problem not to eat ketchup.
I just believe their Tim Hortons are just better than ours.
It does feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, it's like the mandatory stop midway on the freeway. You got to stop at Tim Hortons.
Okay, then. David.
One more text here, and we'll get to the guys or the guy. Goff cannot throw the deep ball. It's eventually going to cost them. Goff is simply not top-tier money. Tom in Lapeer.
Oh, my God, help me.
Hendon Hooker, you're up next. Wait, maybe Kenny's doing a commercial with Hendon Hooker.
Guy's #1 quarterback on PFF, and we can't get this town to rally. Okay. God help us, he actually plays a poor game. He's given you 12 in a row that have been outstanding.
Oh, there's people out there.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Rico.
Hi,
How you guys
Riggs.
doing?
Hi,
the
Jeff.
daily ticket?
Can I help you out real quick?
Sure.
So the guy that just texted in said Goff can't throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's one quarterback in the NFL that has the most long completions over 20 yards? Oh, yeah, it's Jared Goff.
Right.
He's got 23 of them.
No. But Rieger, is it a 5-yard pass with 15 yards of yak, or is it actually 20 yards?
What are you talking about, like air yards?
Yes.
I just know it's 20 or more.
So
I guess it could be a 5-yard. My goodness gracious, just sign them. I was the anti-Goff going into this season. I'm not exactly sure what else the dude has to show you.
Rieger, the only team in the league that's got more plays of over 20 yards than the Lions is the Dolphins.
That's right.
And by the way, they have the same amount, just to make your point even stronger. They're tied both at 20 pass plays of over 20 yards each. Where the Dolphins have had more than you is on the ground, not the air.
Yep.
And yet, people want to rip Goff.
Hey, Mike, your partner over there loves the Niners.
Yeah.
Do you know that the Lions are number 2 for that explosive play stat. I'm sorry, the Lions are. Yeah, the Niners are number 3. So all the people that say, you can't hang with the Niners, like, I don't know. I kind of think maybe they could.
All right, I'll leave you on that island. What's coming up next, and where's your partner?
My partner is, I think he's knee-deep in wings here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Dearborn. Wojo, get over here. But we're going to talk about the Wings. I love your topic. I love your topic about Iserman and if they have to make the playoffs this year. We're going to ask if they don't make the playoffs, then what? I mean, nobody's saying to fire the guy.
No, but it's okay to have a conversation about, is this rebuild a disappointment? Is the rebuild behind? It's year 5. Come on, you got to make the playoffs.
I'm 100% with you. It's going to be tough to make the playoffs, but man, they sent the message. They said, hey, we're keeping our young guys in the minors, and we're going with veterans. So let's go.
Now, is Kenny doing his commercial down at your location?
Oh, no? Kenny, where are you doing the commercial?
Kenny's got a film crew, the whole bit, right after the show.
What's it for?
A local establishment, and it's for a local company.
Well, now, are you wearing a tie?
I might be.
What
it depends what the script says, you know?
All right.
Wait, come on, guys. You're on YouTube. You guys got to go get video of Kenny doing this commercial. How many takes it takes? You guys got to put that up on YouTube.
It's already been arranged.
One take, baby.
It's already been arranged. Just let it play. Don't worry about it. All right, Rieger, sit tight. I hope Wojo decides to work tonight. We'll talk to everybody. I'll talk to you guys on Monday because somebody decided to have a fall wedding, so that's not on me. Rico.
I'll be here with the Cookie Man, and he's going to have the slander of why
Jared
Goff is not the guy.
97-1.